Good morning, good morning. Wednesday, we're gonna get our bronze look on. We're gonna do an end of summer simple glow look that's gonna keep it really simple and very, I don't wanna say plain, but simple. We're just gonna go with that. Let me get this shared over on my business page, Becky Piper Life is a Journey. Say hello when you're hopping on so I know you're here, and try to watch the comments as things are coming across here. Sometimes I catch them, sometimes I can't. I don't know yet, but Facebook was not playing nice the other day. It like cut me off in the middle. So we're going to see if this is going to be the same. I also will, like, if it does cut me off, I'll come back on if it'll let me, because I had that issue the other day. And what I'll do is I'll splice it together and share on my YouTube page. My YouTube page is Becky Piper Life is a Journey also, so you can go subscribe. My number of subscribers is really kind of sad, but that's okay. I don't mind. I'm pretty much leaving it out there anyway, so that you know, it's a reference point. Anyway, let's take the collagen because we're going to get the day rolled in. I'm a little bit earlier than normal. But that's because hubby is at a doctor's appointment, and so I was done a little bit early, and I got my 2-hour walk, 2-mile walk in. So I finished that. That's kind of on my to-do list. And so, you know, those things were done. And I was not on the phone with the kids this morning because I can't even believe it. But the older little man is now in school. It's a preschool, and that's fine, but it's like, oh. So the schedule's off. We normally would talk until 9-ish with the kids, but we have to do quick calls in the morning because it's get ready for school day. All right, let's get this going. We got some primer going on. My primer's still on the last chance deals, so you can still grab that really reasonably. I'm going to do my Twisted today in this little bundle that if you're interested, say bundle, and I will make sure that I get you that. Okay. I'm going to use some things multitasking and multitasking on the products, I guess is a better way to put that. But I'm going to use, what did I do with it? Oh, here it is in front of my face. Copper Breeze in a couple of different ways because it's kind of pretty and shiny. I'm going to use it on my lips along with a lip balm, and I'm going to use a bronzer, which there are a few bronzers left. So if you want a bronzer, I'm going to use that as my shadow to get started with. And let's just do it. Let's do it. All right, so people are talking about this Netflix show called Unknown Number Catfish. And yeah, it's on Netflix. Go watch it. It's crazy. Really, it's crazy because of what goes on. It ends up being, spoiler, sorry. It ends up being somebody that you, I'll try to not spoil it, that you would very least expect it to be. That's the person that's doing this catfishing. Now, behind the story, it's like high schoolers, and there's a girl that was getting these from an unknown caller, these awful texts. Like she had a boyfriend and it was saying, break up with your boyfriend. And you know, he's mine, and all the things. And so she was, you know, eventually questioning it. First, she was not, because they were strong in their relationship. But then eventually they broke up because of all this stuff. And so you go through the story and you follow through like how the police were trying to figure out, well, first it was a school trying to figure it out. And it's this very small town in Michigan. I don't want to say that's from the area that we lived, my husband and I, and my husband's family still lives up there. So we actually knew about this way ahead of it, this show, from them knowing the actual family and what actually went on. I will say that the show is really pretty spot on as far as documentaries are concerned, and they didn't like elaborate things, although because I knew what was going to happen and who it was, I was kind of like, how could they even do that? Because they're filming it after the fact, of course, after it's happened. But how could the person that did it actually be like smiling on camera and, you know, all the things? All right, so this is bronzer I'm using as my eyeshadow. and I'm pulling it up towards my brow. Like I said, I'm going to keep it pretty simple today as far as the look is concerned. It's not going to be super elaborate. Anyway, if you have any questions on any of the products, please do let me know. Oh, so anyway, it's crazy. It's crazy. And especially crazy with how it ends up. I mean, it's a pretty short, I'm trying to remember how many, was it like 3? Or was it a movie? Now I'm trying to remember whether it was a movie. Because I think it's like a movie, because my husband and I watched it in one night, and then we've been chatting back and forth with family since, because the family, like I said, the family knows the family and knew the situation well before it was going on. So that's just crazy. I am actually going to use a little bit of this Copper Breeze to like brighten up right there, but I'm not going to use a ton of it because I don't want it to be like over the top glammy. So I'm just going to grab my cream shadow brush, and I've not tried this combination, so you're seeing it live here. All right, so I just wanted to brighten it up and give it a little bit of a copperish look right there. Anyway, so yeah. If you are putting on shadows, I will say that the placement of where your hands are on the brush matters. So if you pull it way up here, it's going to be very compact and dense. And then if you pull it back, it's going to be less dense. So that's when I was putting on the transition color with my bronzer, which I will use again. I was keeping way back on the brush and then just swiping it. Now, if you wanted to go and make it a little bit more dense, you can use like a compact angle brush into that same color and just kind of like angle it. And just build up that product a little bit with a deeper, rich color. Because the colors are very pigmented generally when you're using these things. And you can build them up. Always start lighter. Okay, pretty simple to do there. All right, got that on. I'm not doing under eye concealer. I'm actually going to use cream foundation today, which I haven't used in a while. But I'm going in with a cleaner brush because I'm afraid the last time I used it, I had too much product on. And see how much, like, that's just a very small amount, and I tapped it. And it's basically erasing things. Okay, I gotta stop tapping in there and using what's on the brush. We don't want to use too much, but I'm gonna set it with a little bit of, see, like, wow, great. Isn't that crazy? Okay, that's the key for me. I've been using a brush that wasn't necessarily the cleanest. I'm not gonna lie, look at this one. And I use it almost every day. So difference between the two, yeah. So that's on the list to clean that brush today because it makes a big difference. Okay, so what else you guys doing? It's Wednesday. I have to keep telling myself it's Wednesday because it's a holiday weekend. And is my husband back? No. I always get my days mixed up when that happens. All right, let's get this underneath the eye. Because like I said, I'm not using an actual concealer today. But I am enjoying this. I always forget about it, and I always feel like I do this all the time. I'm using more than I should. As I think that's a big mistake a lot of us make. We put too much on. And as we get older, that's not a good thing because it just makes it look unnatural. All right, still got a little bit of redness going on around the nose, but that's going to probably happen all day long because allergies and drippy nose. Okay, I'm going to stop with that, but look how well that covered. I'm actually happy with that. And it leaves kind of like a little glowy look to it. See, it's kind of shiny. I'm not a shiny fan. So I'm going in with the same brush, but I'm putting a little bit of powder foundation on it in my shade. And I'm just going to tap out a little bit of that shine. So tell me in the comments if you watched Unknown Caller. I think it's like in the top 10 on Netflix right now. It may even be #1 because it's so crazy. Do you have a tendency to watch a lot of documentaries? My husband and I do. We're pretty particular about the ones we watch, actually. Since we had finished the catfishing one, we were watching The Son of Sam something last night, and we were not that interested in it. Truthfully, we both fell asleep in it. Okay, so Copper Breeze, we're going to use this one today. See, the more you blend it out, those have a tendency to come back. I don't need to cover them all the way up. I just don't. I'm going to try this as kind of my blush. I want to try it there. Okay. Well, we may come back with that. But I'm going to come in with the powder bronzer and a contour brush. Oops, let's make sure we grab the right one. That was our cream foundation. Let's not. All right. We're just going to put a little bit of bronzer as contour on. Powder bronzers are on sale right now, and there's several shades left because we're going to roll out something new and different. Really cheap right now. So you can get them in the last chance. And I used to be like afraid to show things if they're going to be retired because I was afraid people were like going to fall in love with them and then want more and then they would be gone. But I don't worry about that so much anymore. I figure like things change, products change all the time. And so, yeah, let's just go ahead and get the things that we like when we can get them. And then use whatever comes out after that. All right, I'm going to come in with let me do this. This one is called Blush Beach. See, that color can be a little bit intimidating. I'm going to mix it with a little bit of the Copper Breeze. You can do this, you know, you can mix things. All right, there's the Copper Breeze, and I'm just going to take my taper blush brush and kind of blend them in together on my hand and then tap it on. See how pretty that is? I like it a lot. And come on the end of the nose. Tell me what you're watching on Netflix. Is there anything good out there besides what's out there right now? Because sometimes like you run out of things that are new and you want to, and you have to go searching and you know, you got to look for stuff. Okay, I got to wipe the rest of that off my hand. I am liking that color. Let's fix these brows. Okay, I'm obsessed with this new brow gel, and the spoolie is like my #1 fan here. I use it all the time for everything. I use it to brush my brows. I use it to brush my lashes. I use it when I get mascara on my face and I have to go brush it off. It's got this end of it where I can come in and do some eyeliner, which I may come back and do that with a little bit of my, yeah, bronzer again underneath my eyes, just to give it a little more emphasis here. But this brow gel, I need to go back and watch a training that there was yesterday because I haven't had a chance to do that. But because I've just been playing with it on my own, which you can be self-taught as well. I see nobody's online right now. That's fine. All right, let's get these brows going. As I promised, it would be simple and easy to do. I like that I get to brush these up. My daughter was just trying to call. Sorry. Hopefully that doesn't cut anybody out there. And one of the trends for the fall is brows that are defined and brushing them up. So this is perfect for that. I actually think I need to like trim a couple of these, which you can do. Like if you go to get your brows shaped, that's exactly what they're gonna do. But I've got a couple that are extra long there. Speaking of extra long, next week I'm getting a haircut and color. Yeah, my daughter asked me this morning, she's like, when is your next haircut? Your hair's really long. I'm like, yes, I know. It's next week, thankfully. But I ended up missing, I usually go once a month and get my hair cut, and every other month I'll get my hair colored because, you know, gray. But I had to miss this past month because my husband and I were traveling so much, or it just didn't work out in our schedules with my preferred stylist. So yeah, it's time to go get the haircut. I was like on the fence last week of like, oh, can I just squeeze it in? But no, I don't want to get too far off on my schedule of every other month being hair color. However, just realized, found out, my husband had mentioned it to me a while ago. And I'm going to have to come in and fix that because I just got too much there. And so I'm going to use one of my brow pencils to try to fill in where there's some hair missing, because yeah, there's hair missing. And it has a spoolie on it too. But I did throw one of these in the cart too if you were interested. Just say October. That just makes it easy. So I don't have to change up what the code is all the time. I don't really have a code. I don't have an automated system. It's just me. It's just me doing this. Okay. Let's fill a little bit of these in. Actually, this brow doesn't look as good as this one, but you know, nobody's perfect. And that's okay. All right. I like to come back and brush them up again after it's kind of like set a little bit. All right, so we've got this on, we've got this going on. Let's get this set a little bit. Then we're going to kind of come in with a little extra blush just to kind of top it off and do our lips. I'm going to use that Copper Breeze on my lips too after I line them a little bit. Setting powder is essential because you want to keep your makeup from like separating and all the things. So let's see. Then I want to come back with a little bit more blush. This time I'm just going to drop that right into the color and then just kind of blot it out. Good there. Okay. Like I promised, I was going to come in with my other end of my spoolie, which is actually free as a gift until Thursday. Thursday, I'm going to change it up again, which tomorrow's Thursday. So if you want this spoolie, you want to make sure that you're going to get that order in today to get the free spoolie. Today's Wednesday. So if you're watching this and it's not Wednesday, September 3rd, then you may have already missed it. And I apologize. It means that all that means is that when you go shop my site, it's a different free gift if you get 3 things. But if you want this particular spoolie, you're going to go now. All right, let's get our lashes done and we'll do our lips and then we're done. I'm going to use Twisted today. It's still on sale. It's on basically everything that I have on my site. I always can get you a discount and I can get you free things. Just ask how, or just go, if you go to my site directly, my Comigo site, which is my storefront that has all the things, it'll have on that front page, there are certain product lines that I have, Unique being one, Young Living be another. If you purchase 3 things that are $20 retail or more, they can be on sale for less. Then you're going to get a free gift. And that free gift changes out every single Monday and every single Thursday. All right, that's the little brush. Let's do the bigger brush. This gives it a little bit more volume. Good morning, Kathy. Question of the day is, have you watched Unknown Caller on Netflix? We watched it. Couldn't believe it. If you haven't, it's one to watch, but it's going to make you mad. Just going to say that right there. Okay, this is a quick and easy bronze look today. If you have any questions, message me or drop October in the comments. And I will personally help you with whatever you need. I like to give recommendations based on the person because everybody's different. Everybody has different makeup needs, makeup wishes, makeup wants. All right. I like to use this little teeny wand to lift and separate things, and then I come back in with the bigger wand on the twisted to just give it more volume. And this actually has some ingredients in it that are going to help your lashes be stronger too with use. Now, if you need to grow your lashes, if you have like almost non-existent lashes, lash serum is going to be your friend. Quadra mascara has lash serum built in. You can start with that, or you can ask me for recommendations on other serums to pair with your products or alone that will help you out. Almost done with the look today. I'm trying to keep it fairly short because Facebook the last week has been cutting people off in the middle of things, and so I'm trying to get through it. I'm going to use a lip liner. Now, as I've gotten older, I started using lip liner more because otherwise if I put any lip products on, no matter what brand it is, no matter what it is, it feathers because our lips do that as we get older. So if you use a lip liner, it'll keep things in the lines. All right, this one is a little darker than normal. It's the color called Personable. And I'm going to pair it with the Copper Breeze cream stick that I used on my lids and also on my face. Because the all-in-one, 3-in-1, all-in-one, I say, Bare You can use it as a shadow, contour, lips. I'm gonna grab a lip brush. This is kind of a trend too, having like a brownish, and I didn't realize this. I get some emails that say, what are trendy things? And it's not necessarily trendy things for the 50 plus, so I try them, see if they work on 50 plus. But having like a brownish liner, a darker liner, and then the lighter color is actually on trend for fall, as are the brows that I just did for you. Okay, so I'm going to top it off with a little bit of, this one is called Sunday Brunch Lip Balm. Keeping my lips hydrated because they've been a little dry lately. I'm just going to do it right in the center. This gives it a little shine too. All right, that's my look for today. The topic of the day is talking about that catfish movie, Unknown Caller. If you haven't, drop it in your comments if you've watched it. It's disturbing. Okay, I hope you have a wonderful day. If you have any questions, let me know on anything that I had shown today. Actually, I do need to do this. Final set. Probably going to go for a walk later outside. I think it's going to be nice out. It's kind of cloudy out this morning though, so we'll see. All right, have a great Wednesday. If you have any questions, let me know. If you haven't followed me over on YouTube, please do. Becky Piper, Life is a Journey. If you search, you'll see that. I actually put my videos that I do here over there so that people are able to watch it at any time. Hey, good morning, Esther from Jerusalem. All right, this was an easy breezy copper breezy look this morning, using fewer products and just trying to keep it kind of real simple today. But all right, we will talk to you guys later. If you have any questions, let me know. Drop October in the comments and I can let you know what the products are that I was using today. All right, bye y'all.